All right, you've already won this. It's already been written in history books. I've been there and I've came back and I've seen it. It's been written in the future, the past, and the present.
I'm gonna go beyond.
Beyond.
I'm gonna go beyond.
Beyond.
Of course I'm gonna go beyond.
It's going to be total domination. It's going to be the most epic beatdown you've ever seen. Welcome back, Saiyan Warriors. Today we're diving into a critical discussion in fighting games that has recently infected the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero community. It's the scrub mentality. And I'll be upfront about it, I hate scrubs. First, let's define what a scrub is. A scrub is someone who complains about the unfairness or cheapness of tactics they can't beat. They're the ones who always talk about their grievances to attract others of their kind, which are losers, to commiserate about the supposedly dishonorable tactics of their opponents, who in reality are just better players. Scrubs live in a make-believe world where they hold on to notions of honor in gaming without really understanding what that means. The scrub mentality manifests in several ways. Firstly, they label anything that beats them as cheap. But here's the truth. No one calls your playstyle cheap if you're losing. It's only when you start winning that the whining begins. Scrubs only notice cheapness when they're losing because they're not willing to face the fact that they might need to learn something new or complex. Many players here are stuck on the ground, playing the most basic way imaginable, just pressing the attack button over and over without thought. It's like being mad at a player in basketball for going for dunks or three-pointers because they can. But you want to ban both of those strategies because you either can't or choose not to do it. Or in boxing, it's like throwing jabs and straight punches, ignoring the potential using hooks, uppercuts, or even feints to set up more complex combinations. They're disregarding all the advanced mechanics the developers meticulously crafted to make the combat system elite. This is an enormous problem in the Sparking Zero community. A majority of the players are just inexperienced in fighting games but are also stuck in this scrub mentality. They see a character or tactic they can't beat, and instead of analyzing, learning, or adapting, they scream, "Nerf this, nerf that." Now, the irony is profound. Players claim that winning without engaging with the advanced tactics is skillful, but how is mashing one button over and over skillful? It's weird, almost laughable that fans of Dragon Ball, a series all about overcoming challenges and pushing beyond limits, don't embrace the challenge in the game. Like, did we watch the same show? Like, what? Here's the deal. You're supposed to get better at countering strategies, not eliminate them from the game. Watching these players, it's clear they're too lazy or unwilling to dive into the game's mechanics. They don't want to learn how to use or defend against parries, cancels, or advanced combos. They just want to keep it simple and keep it safe and keep it basic. The Sparking Zero community has an enormous problem. We're seeing a culture where the majority are scrubs whining about the mechanics they don't understand or can't master. It's a culture where instead of elevating the gameplay, players want to drag it down to their level. Let's delve into the psychology behind the scrub mentality. It often stems from a fixed mindset where players believe their skills are set in stone. They experience cognitive dissonance when faced with strategies that challenge their understanding, leading them to label tactics as cheap to protect their ego. It's a defense mechanism. It's a way to rationalize their losses without admitting they need to improve. Scrubs might have low self-efficacy, doubting their ability to master the game's complexity, which leads them to prefer easier, less effective strategies. There's also a tendency towards loss aversion, where the fear of losing outweighs the joy of winning, pushing them to avoid learning new techniques. They might also fall prey to the Dunning-Kruger effect, overestimating their competence while underestimating the game's depth. This mindset is reinforced by seeking confirmation for their beliefs and a desire for instant gratification over the hard work of mastering the game. Addressing this requires fostering a growth mindset, encouraging self-reflection, and building a community that celebrates learning and sportsmanship. And this loser mentality directly ties into one of the most frustrating aspects of online gaming: rage quitting. Scrubs unable to handle loss or the need to learn resort to quitting matches when they're about to lose. But here's where it gets interesting. Games like Tekken 8 and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero are finally taking a stand against this scrub behavior. Now, when someone's rage quits, you get rewarded points, and the quitter loses points. That's right. The days of quitting when you're about to lose are numbered. This is all about exposing the scrub mentality. Finally, we're getting a system where quitting doesn't just leave you unsatisfied, it actively penalizes those who can't handle defeat. And shout out to Mortal Kombat for implementing quitalities, and to Killer Instinct for having a quitter jail where quitters were forced to match up with other quitters, having to wait out a penalty before they can go back into the normal match queue. It was awesome, and it's about time other games follow suit. This new system in Sparking Zero isn't just about punishing rage quitters, it's about encouraging a culture where facing challenges head on is valued over running from them. I came across this comment in response to someone saying, "Not everyone plays to win." It just sums up everything I've been saying. Not everyone plays to win. That statement alone tells me everything I need to know about this age of gamers. Who the fuck spends $70, well $70+ on a game that they don't want to win at in a game and name that having fun? Why is wanting to win frowned upon these days? This is the heart of the issue. Playing to win is not just about winning, it's about engaging with the game at its fullest potential. Here's what doesn't make sense. These scrubs want you to play the way they agree or feel is right instead of embracing what the game is. Scrubs actively select the wrong way to think and just want to mold things to the reality they want. In Dragon Ball, characters pull out all the tactics on each other. It's not just throwing hands. The series is about strategy, about using every tool at your disposal to outsmart your opponent. Yet, in the game, players want you to fight by their made-up rules, ignoring the depth and complexity that makes Sparking Zero a true homage to Dragon Ball's combat philosophy. Unfortunately, this mentality doesn't just stop at games, but that's a whole other topic for another video. But here's the beauty of fighting games like Sparking Zero. They're about growth. The challenge is a part of the thrill. When you learn to counter, when you master those advanced techniques, that's when you feel the true power of the game. That's when you're not just playing, you're competing. The real skill is in mastering those advanced mechanics, learning to counter and adapting your strategy. The game rewards creativity, strategy, and a willingness to grow. So to all the scrubs out there, it's time to wake up. Stop asking for the game to be dumbed down. Start picking up the controller with the intent to learn, to adapt, and to master. If you can't handle a challenge, remember, Goku didn't become a Super Saiyan by pressing one button. He trained, he adapted, and he overcame. That's the Dragon Ball way. If this video hit the mark for you, give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more insights on how to truly embrace and master fighting games. Remember, in Sparking Zero, as in Dragon Ball, the strongest fighters are those who learn, adapt, and overcome. So keep fighting a good fight. Peace. Damn, the bouncing. Got me. It's like Ultra Instinct Goku's. Pa-pa-da-pa. Ooh! Hell yeah, that's what we like to see. Daria. No! Pa-pa-da-pa.